Sony is finally responding to all of the amazing Xbox Series X news that has been flooding the gaming media. We have news on new partnerships for new games that will cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Also, new Sony partnerships that can set the foundation for the next generation. Let's get into these articles to talk about Sony finally fighting back. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. Also, hit that small bell icon button if you want to be notified on future videos. But enough of that, let's get into this amazing information that's been dropped by Sony and their executives. This to me is a direct response to the amount of news that Xbox has been dropping the last several months, especially when it comes to games and exclusive games that are coming Xbox's way. All of that news and all of those acquisitions really had people wondering what Sony was doing in response. And for a little while, even the hardcorest of Sony fans were starting to question the leadership and direction Sony was going. And in the last several days, Sony responded with a lot of information that I'm going to get into right now. The main one of which is this massive investment Sony plans to put into the PS5 game library. Here's what the article talks about right here. Sony has said it will aggressively invest in its first-party studios during its current fiscal year, in addition to partnering with external game developers on exclusive games. On Wednesday, Sony Games and Network Service Division reported its best ever year in terms of revenue and profit, driven by PlayStation software and hardware sales. Speaking to investors in a conference call on Wednesday, transcribed by VGC, Sony's CFO Hiroki Totoki provided more details on the company's plans for game software investment, telling listeners it intended to enhance its software offering via both internal and external investment. Okay, so this is something that I think a lot more people should be talking about because it shows one thing to all gamers. It's that competition will always be the best thing for gamers. And seeing how Microsoft and Xbox have stepped up their game with first-party investments like crazy, this shows that Sony doesn't just want to sit back and use the already amazing first-party studios they have. Instead, they want to continue the trend they set all those years ago, which is put money into games that will play on their platform. Now, of course, these games might come to PC, which is great, but to me, all that matters is that I get even more games I could enjoy. And from the looks of what this article is saying, that will continue to happen with the amount of investments Sony plans to put together. Here's what the article continues to say right here. Sony recently announced partnerships with a new studio from former Stadia game boss Jade Raymond, as well as investment in a multiplayer game from Bungie veterans. And Totoki suggested there could be further deals in the pipeline. We intend to increase development personnel and other in-house costs by approximately 20 billion yen or $184 million year on year, as we further strengthen our in-house software, the exec said in the conference call. So we all know about the new studio investment with Jade Raymond, who has had some development problems the last couple of years. She left EA and then went to Google Stadia, which didn't produce anything. So as a third-party investment, it's a risk to say the least, but it's something that could pay off huge for Sony. But the one thing that's got me hyped is the Bungie investment that's surrounding a multiplayer game. And multiplayer games is something I think Sony has been lacking for a very, very long time. All of the PS4 generation, it was basically a non-factor when it came to first-party multiplayer games over at Sony's place. It was a massive weakness I think they saw and decided to remedy with a third-party investment. And who better to invest that task with but Bungie, who have made some of the biggest multiplayer games of a generation multiple times. We could go back to Destiny last generation, which defined a generation, and we could go back to Halo and that game, how it defined the Xbox and the Xbox 360 generation, plus really revamped FPS games all over the gaming world. So to me, this is a smart investment and I'm excited to see what happens. Now for the concerning parts of this. The $184 million investment for the year seems a little small when you think about the rising costs of game development. I mean, Sony themselves said they needed to make games $70 because games cost way more money to make. So this number to me seems a little low and might only produce 2 AAA games, if that. So that's something we should keep an eye on. Plus, it pales in comparison to Xbox's $7.5 billion investment they put in Bethesda and that acquisition, not to mention all the money that Xbox has put into their first-party studios by adding even more developers and expanding the studios into new buildings or just bringing in a bunch of new developers so they can make the games they want to make. But now let's move on to what else the CEO had to say. To enhance our software offering, we intend to continue investing in partnering with external studios in addition to aggressively investing in our in-house studios. He added, as I just mentioned, we aim to strengthen the PlayStation platform through actions such as the recently announced partnership with Haven Entertainment, which was established by Jade Raymond, creator of the famous game Assassin's Creed. The one aspect that I don't think people may pay attention to is the fact that Xbox and Sony have been investing in their first-party teams already that are established. Xbox has pumped so much money into the Xbox Game Studio family, it's kind of insane. As for Sony, they've had some missteps with a couple of leaks that came out about Sony Bend and how they weren't given the trust they wanted with Days Gone 2. Outside of that, we have to admit that Sony has provided a lot of support and funding to their internal studios, something that a lot of companies should emulate. And the investment in first-party games and acquisitions continues, as Jim Ryan says right here. We have been quietly but steadily investing in high-quality games for PlayStation, and we will make sure that the PS5 generation will have more dedicated software than ever before, Ryan said. We have repeatedly engaged in mergers and acquisitions, including Insomniac Games in the US. We will not rule out that option in the future. I'm glad we're getting crazy investments. I'm glad Sony is trying to make the PS5 generation better than ever. But I also know that this isn't the only investment Sony is putting money into. Sure, they put a lot of money towards games, and that's what we want as gamers. Give us more games to play. But also fix your infrastructure, which is something I think Sony is doing here when they talk about Discord and Epic Games and the partnerships that's happening. Here's what an article says that's been written by Jim Ryan himself. In our additional investment of Epic Games, along with the rest of Sony Group, we will also work to enhance the social and platform capabilities of games. At PlayStation, we're constantly looking for new ways to enable players around the world to connect with one another, form new friendships and communities, and share fun experiences and lasting memories. It's in this spirit that we are excited to announce a new partnership with Discord, the communication service popularized by gamers and used by more than 140 million people every month around the world. Okay, now this is so interesting because it was just last month where rumors were going around saying that Xbox is going to buy Discord. But those talks fell through, and now it's Sony that came in and started a partnership, along with a partnership and investment in Epic Games. To me, this has a lot of ramifications, but none more telling than these two investments in Discord and Epic Games. This is a direct link to PC gaming and Sony trying to get their games over to the PC platform, using Epic Games' launcher platform as a catalyst for the games, but also investing in Discord where you can connect your PSN account to that platform, which again would help gamers stay connected on the PlayStation Network as they play PlayStation games on the PC platform. And if you don't see this as a direct response to Xbox expanding Game Pass on PC and other publishers pushing for PC ports, I don't know what to say to you, especially since so many PS4 exclusives have moved their way over to the PC platform and have also sold very well in that process, I might add. So yeah, expect this to be a direct link to PC gaming and how a lot of the PS5 exclusive games are going to start to launch on the PC platform. The only thing that Sony can't do is make their own launcher on PC and make their entire infrastructure connected to the Windows platform, much like Xbox has been doing for several years. Hence why they went to third party and are investing in Discord and Epic Games to help connect PSN to the PC and bring over a lot of these games to the investment in the PC platform. It's a strong play and a good one at that. And to me, it's a direct response to the way Xbox is doing business and has seen record profits go their way because of it. Because at the end of the day, this is a business, so Sony and Xbox care about one thing: making more money. And that's exactly what's going to happen in the coming years when Sony expands their first-party games to the PC platform, which to me is a great thing because we all want competition between Xbox and Sony, and that's exactly what we're getting with all of these news items, is competition between the two biggest publishers. But enough of what I think about all this. Tell me what you think about all of this. Are you excited to see the type of games Sony is making? What third-party studios do you think they have locked down? Is the Bungie game something you're excited for? Will we see more PS5 exclusives come day and date on PC? Can you see Discord and Epic Games bridge the gap for Sony to the PC platform? Is Sony doing enough to hold off the momentum of Xbox's hype? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I'm playing a bunch of a Returnal. I really enjoyed the game. It's actually kind of fun. You kind of just take things out, run around, shoot people, and if you die, you start all over. So there's a lot of challenge in the game, which I personally enjoy a little bit. I like having games that kind of switch things up. I don't want the same type of game every time I turn a game on. I want to get something different genres, different type of games, different characters. So yeah, it's a cool game, and finally I turned on my PS5 to play because I haven't played that thing since November of last year. So I'm finally happy to play my PS5 and actually put something on there. And I'm also playing Rocket League, of course, and all these other multiplayer games like Outriders on my Xbox because hey, that's great. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing Returnal? Are you waiting for a new game? Are you waiting for Mass Effect or Resident Evil to come out? Let me know down below because that's what we're here for, is to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.